Savitra, you can proceed.
Let's start with our today's session. A very pleasant evening to one and all present here. Knowledge has a beginning but no end. With this quote in this warm evening, to refresh and create an impact onto the minds, Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering, Savita Engineering College, brings to you a webinar as a part of the SECEC Alumni Series Impressions on PUBG After Engineering, a career game we all play, by Mr. K. Nagadhiraj Reddy, Category Manager, BigBasket.com, Bangalore. Savita Engineering College, established in the year 2001, an autonomous institution which follows the Finland based education model, and we march towards less is more concept. Our college makes the students job ready by providing Industry 4.0 ready curriculum which imparts the 21st century skills. Project based learning integrated with subjects improves the student skill set and make our learners to be the best, which is the motto of our college. The Department of EC was established in the year 2001. Our vision is to develop the department into a state of art with center of excellence in electronics and communication engineering education on par with global standards. The Department of EC has well experienced faculty of proven ability and diverse specialization. The faculty actively involves themselves in research in the fields of robotics, VLSI, MEMS, image processing, and embedded systems. I would now like to introduce the guest of our day. Mr. K. Nagadhiraj Reddy completed his bachelor's in electronics and communication engineering at Savita Engineering College in the year 2014. He started his career as a software engineer analyst at Accenture Services Private Limited. He extended his quest for knowledge by pursuing PGDRM from the Institute of Rural Management, Anand IRMA, with expertise in managing imports, analysis of the seasonality and price trends, and managing end-to-end F&B category businesses. Mr. Nagadhiraj is currently working as a category manager at BigBasket.com, Bangalore. We are very happy to have you with us today, sir. You may please take over the session now.
Yeah, hi everyone. Hope you're all fine. I'll just topic I'm gonna speak today is PUBG after engineering, career game we all play. So I mean, before going to the topic, I just need to show a small disclaimer. So all the characters in the title are nowhere related to the subject. I, the author or presenter, never played PUBG in my entire life. It is just a bait to attract the audience. So I don't want to disappoint the audience in any way who thought that this presentation is gonna be about PUBG, how to play PUBG and all. So, but I have some surprises at the end regarding PUBG, which I think at last I hope you guys will see it. So then why we are here? So let's discuss the things which we already know. I mean, from last 3-4 months, these are the 4 things you would have been listening continuously. I mean, one, the COVID-19, because of which we are having this webinar right now, or else everybody would have been happy, would have been have a happy Sunday. Ellaru veetlo ukkande thungirkalam. But because of COVID and other 2 things, I mean, recession and economy slowdown is because of the COVID. I mean, COVID is the cause, and recession and economy slowdown is the effect of this COVID. And fourth one is ban China. This is from last 10-15 days, which a momentum which we got in India because of the territorial issue and which happened with our Javans. Because of those incidents, these 4 things you would have been seeing over the news, or you would have been reading in the newspapers, or at least in the memes. If you don't follow newspapers or TVs, at least in the memes you would have been seeing of all these topics in the recent past. So,
Excuse me, sir. Sorry for the interruption.
yeah.
Sir, have you shared your screen actually?
Yeah, I have. Okay, sorry. Uh, is it visible now?
Yes, sir. Now it's visible.
Sorry, I'll start again. I'm really sorry for the mishap. And I mean, as I said, these are the four topics you would be seeing you would be listening from last 4 days, from last 4 months. Sorry, one is COVID-19, another one is recession, the third one is economic slowdown, and fourth one is the ban China. So you would have listened a lot of negative things about because of these four things. I mean, people are in USA, almost 4 million people have lost their jobs, and it is continuing. And in India, we are about to lose jobs and all. Let's see the positive implications of these four things, which is happening in the recent past. So one thing is shift in the manufacturers from China. I mean, because of this COVID-19, you all know that world is now against China. So I mean, as per GDP of the China, almost 40% of the GDP of 40% of China GDP come from the manufacture, because they are known for their cheap products. But slowly, countries like Japan already started of shifting those industries to other countries, other cheap labor countries. India being one of those cheap labor countries, we know, right? And another thing is shift to low cost solutions. So normally a software industry works in this way. If a bank, the main work of the bank is doing the transactional business. They and the softwares they use, they normally go for an outsource. But if a bank want to have high quality products, they do that in-house. So when because of this cost cutting, most of the industries will always try to go for low cost solutions, because as I said, IT is always a thought supporting pillar of the industry. So India is one of the biggest low cost solution provider for IT. So there is a high chances of these projects coming to India, and we also have big IT companies with us. So that is one positive implication. And removal of mid-level management and decision. Yeah, this is a problem, but the positive implication of it, I'll discuss in my next forthcoming slide. And another thing is ban China. And the main because of this ban China articles and all, the main slogan that a consumer is raising now is make in India, use only make in India products. And almost 50% of the imports we do from uh, China is electronics. I mean, this is a good news for an electronics engineer. And let's see. I mean, recently on April 1st, government came up with these three schemes. I mean, to support electronic engineers. I mean, electronic industry. First one is scheme for promotion of manufacturing of electronic components and semiconductor specs. Another two is production linked incentive scheme and modified electronics manufacturing clusters. The first scheme, it gives the 25% of capital support to the entrepreneurs who want to provide the who want to start a new company or new industry in electronic or semiconductor components. Another two schemes, they help the already existing industries with the incentive schemes and giving the better infrastructure. So but first scheme helps to the entrepreneurs who want to do something big in the electronics sector. Other two will boost the companies to provide more jobs to the electronic engineers out there. But is it in next as I said, how recession helps software, how helps freshers in the software industry. This is how the traditional pyramid of any IT industry looks like. I mean, in the lower bottom level, you have employees, freshers or just entry level employees, or with 2-3 years of experience, who are paid a little. On top of it, you have supervisors who are paid a little more. On top of managers, and it goes until to the management. So when a company does the cost cutting, they'll always try to reduce the people in middle. They won't touch the bottom level, or they won't touch the top, because top is the brain and bottom is the one which does all the operational work. So they'll shorten this managers and supervisors With this, there would be more number of employees, more number of freshers who get the who get a chance to go for this industry, go for the industry. The reason being is, like as I said, starting level freshers are easy to are flexible enough. They are easy to modify. Any company will try to modify them according to their needs, and they're cheap. So when a company does the cost cutting, they remove this mid level. They structure down the mid level. Instead of having one supervisor for 10 people, they'll try to have one supervisor for 20 people. So in that way, recession is a boon for the freshers in the software industry. So right now, there would be three types of audience. I mean, first, before that, all these things to happen, it takes some time. It is not it is not like today they are building the infrastructure. Tomorrow you'll get the jobs. It takes 1-2 years of time. So it is time consuming. But for software, we already have the infrastructure, and most of the software companies are promoting work from home. This change would, you could feel this change very early. But for manufacturing, for the one who want to go for electronic industry, I mean, it takes some time, because right now, our electronics industry is not that level to employ all the electronics engineers coming out of the country. So it takes time. So now if we see this, there are three types of audience. One is like one who I want to settle in a job. Let it be in any job, be it a software job, be it a hardware job, or be it a government job, like I want to be a banker. But I want to settle in a job. I don't want to take any risk in life. Second one is an entrepreneur. So I want to become an entrepreneur. So that is the second one, who is like, I want to become an entrepreneur in life. I want to start some business. You don't need not to be starting a technocrat business. You can start even a grocery shop. Or he's an entrepreneur, right? Because he's creating some jobs. He's a businessman. He is creating some jobs, and he's doing business on his own. I mean, that is also fine. These are two types of audience. And third one is a confused audience, who is like, I don't know what to do. I just want to complete my engineering and then see what comes in my way. So don't worry, you are in good phase, because I'm one among them. Because after my engineering, I went with the flow. I got placed in Accenture through off campus, and I worked for 2 years. Then I realized that this is not my cup of tea. Then I went for PGDRM, and I did my MBA there. So it is better to always be confused, because you have multiple options with you. So to do all these things, two skills are most important according to me. One is hard skill and soft skill. Let's see in upcoming slide. I mean, this is one of the survey done by LinkedIn. uh, I mean, in this survey of LinkedIn, this is when they asked a hiring authority, hiring manager, what are the skills you see among hard skill and soft skill? What are the which one you prefer more? I mean, which you want in your employee? So first thing, I mean, you can see as per this, 30% people said we go with a person who have only soft skills, and 62% said we need a person with both soft skills and hard skills. And the remaining 8%, they said no, we go with the hard skills. And this is how right now the employers are feeling. So next, if we go to the, if you, the same question has been asked in a different way. I mean, you have rejected a candidate. The reason for rejection, the HRs or the hiring managers, they have said we have rejected a candidate. 45% of the candidates got rejected because of their poor soft skills. 44% said, yeah, they lack both soft and hard skills. And only 11% said hard skills, only hard, because of lacking of hard skills, we haven't hired those people. So these two surveys gives an emphasis, emphasize that soft skills are are required more, or even more than what your hard skills should be. So let's see what is this hard skill is. So I mean, this hard skill is something, is a technical skill or something which changes when by from department to from industry to industry. If I want to join a software industry, I need to have a proficient coding skills. If I want to go for a uh, go for an electronic industry, I need to be very good with all the semiconductor and stuff. And if I want to start a restaurant, I need to understand the restaurant business very well. So these are the hard skills every person should at least have at a level in order to do that, to survive in that industry and to do that business. As I said, if you want to become an entrepreneur, or if you want to start something on your own, let's say you want to start something like an restaurant. As I said, you need to understand how the restaurant business works. So this is the hard skill you need to possess. So why I'm not speaking about any technology right now is that technology is being in his most recorded fastest space ever, fastest speed ever. Reason being, like 5 years back, when we used to we used to have a different shopping experience. For example, we never used to get the ad blocks 5 years back. When you, if you right now, if you search for a laptop, or if you search for a jeans in your in your system, you'll in your browser, in your Google search, uh, you have n number of pop-up ads coming down. I mean, you will get n number of pop-up ads coming on multiple platforms. You go, if you go to Facebook, you'll get the advertisements of jeans or laptops. If you go to Instagram, you get the similar thing. I mean, this is the pace. I mean, this is the trajectory we have seen in last 4 years. I mean, that is why technology at its best pace right now. So hard skills are ever changing. You always need to be uh, uh, keep point about what is happening around the industry, whichever industry you belong to. Because 10 years 6 years back, no one never thought that you will get food at your doorstep. But today it is happening because of the startups like Swiggy and Zomato. And you would have never thought that you will never use the money, right? So technology at its fast pace, and if someone says no, this technology is not working, or this technology is working, don't believe. Go for the Google, which is the biggest master we have. Just see how the technology trends are happening in it changing every day-to-day life. So next, if you go for soft skills, there are many soft skills, but according to me, it's my perception, you can broadly divide it into two. One is communication, another one is networking. Communication encompasses of many more things, for example, um, if according to me, what communication is, how well I am presenting myself. That is the communication to me, in front of anyone. That is what communication is. And it need not to be whether you are very much very good in the language you are saying. You can speak in Tamil, you can speak in your any mother language, any mother tongue. நான் தமிழ்ல பேசினாலும், தெலுங்குல பேசினாலும், இல்ல இங்கிலீஷ்ல பேசினாலும், you should reach the audience. For example, most of the startups in India is getting funded by Chinese people. They never know English. I mean, they never know the language which we speak, but then they have a translator. But the things which I'm communicating with them, which I could able to realize that my business has my idea, my business idea has a value, is making them to fund in me. So for me, communication, as I said, it's a big bundle. It encompasses a lot. One from what you speak, from what you write in mails, and from what you convey through the work you do, through the body postures and good storytelling, whatever it is. Communication is one skill which encompasses a lot. And second one is networking. This networking has become a new way, because we are using many apps in our real life. But there are apps for each purpose. Like, for example, if you see, uh, you can see Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, and you can see LinkedIn one side. So most of us, we will daily go once, and we will surf the Facebook, we'll surf the Twitter, we surf the Instagram. One small, for example, if you see a person who is interested in the same technology as yours in Facebook, you know that both of you like the same technology. You cannot go in his Instagram account and message him, bro, your pic is looking good, so let's connect together so that we can work on some technology. No one will allow you to enter in that space, because as I said, these three apps are personal apps. I mean, to get connected with the network. But if you want to get connected in the same way, you try with LinkedIn. If you see a person who has a mutual interest, or who is working in the same industry, you try to connect with him. He will immediately accept you into his network, because he will also, because that platform is used for that purpose. So that is more important here. So the time you spend on these social apps, I mean Facebook, Twitter and Instagram, you should spend at least 30 to 40% of that time in your LinkedIn. How apps like LinkedIn, networking apps like LinkedIn will help. If you and another person who is interested in the same topic, you both can collaborate, and you both can work together. It might be a thesis, it might be a business idea, it might be a technology. So you both can collaborate and work together. And second, seek opportunities, not only job opportunities. As I said, I mean, uh, as I said, if you go through this platform, you'll get multiple HRs posting, multiple. You might see a person who is in a position to give you a job based on the interest you have. And third one is, you can publish your work. I mean, this is a platform where you can publish, I have done something great in this, in my industry, in my work. So it will get noticed by the people. They might like you, they might try to collaborate with you. So it's a circle which will keep on happening. So try to try to network more, because you are just one click away from getting network, even with the topmost bosses like Mahindra CEO. I mean, you can see a lot of things shared by Mahindra and LinkedIn and other things, because you're just one touch away from them. So don't miss this opportunity of networking in this real technological world. Networking is the real soft skill which will take you to places. So I mean, still I couldn't able to, if you still ask me, I couldn't able to understand what is a hard skill, what is a soft skill. It's very simple. You have a chocolate, so this is how the chocolate looks inside, right? I mean, you will have just a brown color or white color, whatever, based on it. So it is the taste. You buy this chocolate to have the taste of it, right? But this is like your hard skill. So what is soft skill? Soft skill is nothing but the wrapper around it. So if you see here, the wrapper is so dynamic. So if, with just a look, you'll pick it, because as a person, as a hiring person, as a stranger, I can never judge someone's skill or someone's ability, uh, with just by looking them, or just by, if for example, if I take a person who is damn good at coding, just by speaking it for him for 1 hour, I don't understand what he's really up to. So, but if I have a very good coveted one, which I call it as a soft skill, I mean, I'll able to convey the message which I have. For example, you have a Cadbury chocolate, and you have that violet wrapper. That violet wrapper almost conveys the milk in it, and milk in it, right? And milk in it, how tastier it is. In the same way, these soft skills always try to convey your hard skills. So soft skills is the first impression. I mean, through the soft skills, you can get the first impression from whoever it is, from a stranger, from a technocrat, from a hiring manager, from your new boss. Yeah. Uh, Going on, I mean, poga poga ungalke theriyum. I mean, they get to know. I mean, whether you're really what you said, or you're someone else. Poga poga அது தெரியும். ஏன்னா வந்து first glance nobody know who you are, right? So pogo pogo they understand who you are and who you're really deeper. So I mean by now I could able to get you some understanding about how hard skills and soft skills play a major role in in our career. So I mean I'll just give my example. 4 years 4 years in engineering, I have never know how to code well. I mean I know there are many coders in my class who are far better than far better than me, who could code well. But I always know that I'm very much better in advertising myself. So like I did right. I mean PUBG is nowhere related to it, but I could able to pull you guys by saying that catchy word right now. So I know, I mean I don't boost, but I know a little bit of that. So through that I could able to crack two off campus jobs, and then going on my MBA, and now with Big Basket, and going forward also. I mean this is because of my professors who gave me that that type of opportunities when I was in Savita. I can take names if you want. KK sir and Praveen sir, who are always been by my side and who gave me that support. So that is one example. Then I worked hard to learn this hard skill, because this hard skill is the one which you can learn. But this soft skills you need to inculcate by practicing it more and more, by speaking more, by doing all this networking and all. So this is why soft skills play very important role along with the hard skills. So I think I pretty much covered what it is. Now I mentioned in my topic that PUBG is the one. Um, PUBG is as the PUBG after engineering, right? PUBG. So according to me, what PUBG is, let's discuss some life aspects with the four words PUBG. So this practically passionate. What is practically passionate? So we know what is passionate. Being passionate. I mean, I love to dance. I mean that is being passionate. And what is practically passionate? You see this guy, right? I mean, you see Vijay. I mean, you know him. He's very much passionate about his acting, and he loves what he's doing. At the same time, his living and his passion is the same, one and the same. I mean, the only few people will have only few people will get an opportunity. What they do, what they love, they can do that, right? And there is another set of people who are practical, like Ajit. I mean, his passion is something else, right? I mean, you all know that his passion is not acting. His passion is aerodynamics. His passion is doing something new. His passion is racing. But he earned his living through the movies, and he does it. He does his passion as the side things. I mean, he's balancing. I mean, our passion should work in that way. We should really be practically passionate. Either you do, I mean you give your 100% and you be passionate and you reach heights, or you be practical that yeah, I know what I am. I mean I know what I am in my particular thing, in my particular career. I know my level of understanding. So I'll do for living one thing, and I'll do something as a practical, I mean which is practically possible, practically viable. You need to be unique. I mean, you need to be unique, and you need to always be updated. So this is the one name we all know. We all get in our heads when we say unique, right? Rajni was never a good actor. Rajni did things which you do in normal life in a different way, in a unique way. You need to apply the same through to our lives as well. So you need to do the things which is bounded to the society in a unique way, and you should keep on updated him. I mean keep on updating ourselves. See him. I mean he has come to the industry 40 years back, 40 50 years back. Still is being updated with updating himself. He's getting updated the same way. In this world you need to be unique and you need to be updated. ஒரு பொட்டி கடை வச்சாலும் அதுக்கு வந்து நம்ம you need to have a USP, unique selling point. உங்க பொட்டி கடைக்கு பக்கத்து பொட்டி கடைக்கு ஏதோ ஒரு வித்தியாசம் இருக்கணும். That is the uniqueness you should always try to bring in your life. So this is, I mean, and updated as I already discussed. the world, both technological wise and the in every other wise, the pace is very fast. If you're not keep on updated on the things happening around you, you will go back. I mean, you will never be a front runner. Yeah, you will be part of the society. I'm not saying you will be part of the society. Then you are called as survivor. You are never called as a living being. I mean, be for best, right? I mean, you always try to give best. You should always try to give best, irrespective of the solution, irrespective of the final outcome. This is one guy who always tried, who always did that in his entire life, which we can learn as a lesson from him, right? I mean, uh, you can say Kamal's movie has been a flop, but you can never say Kamal's acting is not good, right? So in whatever work we do, I mean, if you might, the people observe what you are doing. If you have given 100%, then you have failed. People will understand, yeah, he gave his 100%, still he has failed. It is fine, because they know that because you are giving your best in doing so, you will always reach the next level. You will always reach the next level in whatever you are doing. So this is, I mean, according to me, you need to work best, and final outcome you leave it to it, because 80% of times if you work best, you always win. Even if you lose, I know, if you try it again, as Abdul Kalam once said, when they lost their first mission, they tried again and they have achieved the Agni missiles. So because he know he did best, but there are many things which you can't control, but you know that you do best. Then the forces around you will work for you, and you always get a win. The another one is growth. I mean, as the human life expectancy has been shortened. I mean, it has shortened to 60 years, and because of this COVID, you don't know whether it might be 45 or 40 years also. So you always need to have growth. Growth has multiple meaning. Uh, it has multiple meaning. I mean, you cannot be. It is not only the way you progress in the career. I mean, this year I'm an employee. Next year I need to be a manager. Next year I need to be something. Growth can be monetary. I mean, money wise, you can get a growth. Growth can be happiness. I'm happy than yesterday. That is also a growth, right? I mean, you have worked hard yesterday to have a better living today. So that is a growth. But you should always see year on year, or month on month, what is the levels, whichever satisfies you the most. Spending time with your families satisfies you the most. You should have a growth in that, till you attain certain level of what they say, nirvana. Till then, you need to always have growth in life. So I mean, these are the PUBG. According to me, this is the real PUBG. I mean, the game we play. I mean, we play in our lives. This is the real PUBG game, because you have lot in this arena. You have a lot more obstacles than which you get in the game. So with this with this four words, like being passionate, being unique and updated, and being the best in whatever you do, and having the growth. I think with this four things with life, you always try to get success. At least you always be happy in whatever you are doing. So I mean, this is my short presentation. I hope you all liked it. Thanks for the time. I mean, whatever it is, 20 minutes or half an hour you have spent on this session. So that is from my side.
Thank you very much, sir. That was actually really a wonderful session, and we convey our heartfelt thanks to you for sharing your valuable knowledge with us. So we have few questions from the participants. Shall we move ahead, sir?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. The first question that we have: how should I manage myself if I must work with someone with whom I'm not comfortable?
Yeah. The See, you are not comfortable with him as a profession at professional level or personal level. These are two things you need to understand. If you are comfortable with him at professional level, yeah, fine. Because you are working with him because he's adding a value to your work, or else you won't work with him, right? If you're not comfortable with him at personal level, but comfortable with him at professional level, you should go ahead and work with him, because you should see because of his value addition, there is a growth. As I said, there is a growth in your life. If that person is not adding any value addition and you're not comfortable with him professionally too, then then there is no there is no there is no what I can say, there is no uh, benefit in working with him. So you need to understand what are the benefits you are getting by working with him, and what are the emotional strains you are going with. You should weigh it together. By weighing it together, you will understand, yeah, you should go and work with that person, or you should not.
Great, sir. Thank you very much. The next question that we have, I'm an EC student. How can I develop my programming skills?
Yeah, this as I said, yeah, through in the presentation, I mean, see, if you are very clear that you are going for a software industry by the end, and to be practical, software industry is the one industry which is providing a lot of jobs right now. And see, as a hiring manager of any software company, any software hiring manager will only look into the basic skills of the languages, because they won't put you in the same skill which you get. For example, you are well versed in the Java, but you might get testing as your stream. So the one answer for this is, you need to be very good with your basics. As I said, Google is the biggest master where you can learn, because most of the software engineers, even when I was a software engineer, we put some part of our we search from the sites like Stack Overflow, and we get the codes and we put it in the website, because these are there is something called free source, where you can get multiple code lines, and you can understand how the code works and all. So I mean, this even the employees does googling the code and getting it. So even Google is the biggest one which will help you.
Definitely, sir. Thank you very much. The next question, how can I get into business roles without earning a MBA?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, now there is a momentum for this also. If you start startups, I mean, not every startup is looking out for a MBA grad, because MBA grad, yeah, I know, I mean, as an MBA grad, I can say MBA will add a value addition, but not necessary. For example, companies like Flipkart, even Big Basket, Amazon is started by engineers. They are never MBA grads. So like even Byju's, they don't go for MBAs. They hire most of the they go for engineers for the most of the role. So MBA, to go to a business side, you need to first work in a firm for a particular period of time, where you get that experience of what you learn as an MBA. So with that experience, you can, for example, as I said, in Byju's, the starting level of a business development executive, you no need to be an MBA. It is the same for most of the companies out there. Even in Big Basket, for most of the roles, we don't look for an MBAs. We look for the person and whether he is good with the particular skill or not, as a sales or whatever the business we are looking for.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. The next question, if English is not my comfortable zone, and if in case I go for an interview where I must speak in English, how can I manage that situation?
See, for example, English is not, as you said, English might not be it might be your comfortable language, but I know for a thing like we all as an Indians, we know how to put the message across. So when your language is not, when you have a barrier called language, your content should be very strong, so that this will encapsulate the problem. Your problem will not be your problem will not be shown to them, because your content should be so great. I mean, whatever you speak, if still you're facing a issue, you ask him for a paper and you say that I'll explain him through the diagrams. There are I know there are many managers who will do that, and there are managers who will ask you to speak in the language. If they know that language, they will be like, okay, go ahead and speak in the language, because they want to know the content. It is long gone days, because For some jobs you need English, like for BPO jobs you need English. You cannot go to a BPO and you say I know Tamil or I know Telugu or I know Hindi, so hire me, because they won't do that, because your customers would be English speaking customers. But for the jobs where language is just an addition, you can always try to do these things, like as I said. I mean, you can go go with a beautiful content, or you can go and ask them for a pen and paper, and you can show in a diagrammatic or a written form, whatever it is.
Yes, sir, sure. One last question. How can I make myself more presentable? Like, if I want to present any complex topic to someone who's not familiar with it, what skills do I need to possess within myself?
See, as people say, pictures speak more than what you speak. I mean, it is, if it is very tough to if it is very tough to make people understand, put the pictures relevant to it. It will convey half of the thing. I mean, you need not to try from the start. That is how most of the things work. I mean, as I said, I mean, even if you see my presentation, I try to put most of the things in the pictures. The Rajni picture or that Vijay Ajit picture is just to keep you understand. If I say best, and if I don't put the image and I write something, it will never be in your mind. So if you put it as a picture, it will always be in their mind, and it is very easy for them also to understand what is happening.
Yes, sir, definitely. Actually, I've got one more question recently. Shall we proceed with that, sir? That's
Yeah,
yeah.
not an issue.
So the question is, what are the techniques to improve my hard and soft skills?
Hard skills. See, hard skills, as I said, it is through learn. I mean, hard skill is nothing but a degree. I mean, your degree is also in hard skill, and the proficiency you need. You need to keep on working on the things. I mean, you need to learn the things like so. See, hard skills are the one which you can learn by seeing something. I mean, by learning through the books, by learning through the search, by learning through googling it or something. If you want to become a good coder, by practice you can get it. In the similar way, for the soft skills also, which we normally don't give that much importance to soft skills. We always try to keep our hard skills good. You say that I am very good at electronics, or I am very good at programming, because you know it is quantifiably measurable. I mean, it is measurable. I mean, it is measurable. If I ask you to write a program, you can write and show me that. You can write and show me that program. So if your hard skill is always would be measurable. But soft skills, why I stressed on soft skill is it comes through your actions. I mean, it comes through the things which you see by from the other people. You learn from them. You see how he speaks, and you want to imitate those person. And this networking, these are the, I mean, these are the, as I said, these are the small tips I can, you can think of yourself, and you can inculcate them.
Yes, sir, definitely. And we've got one more question now. How to impress the interviewers at first sight, considering the body language?
That I mean, you don't have an answer for it. I mean, you might be very good. I mean, you go with farmers, and you sit in front of a interviewer, but he can't, just by looks you can't make, or just by body language you can't make someone to like you. But why people insist on body language? Not to get the negative impression. It is other way around. It is not like with my body language I can make people to love me or to hire me. It is not possible, because if as most of the startups nowadays, you go with a t-shirt and jeans, and you might get hired. And you be casual, you might get hired. And because see, right now most of the interviews are happening through hangouts. So only thing they see is your face, nothing else. But still people are getting hired for the jobs with annual income more than 18-20 lakhs. I mean, so in this way, I can say that your body language should not raise a negative impression. That is why people will always try to tell you to have a good body language. Because if I have a body language, it depends on, if I have a body language which feels that I am rude, some people might not like it. Even though you are good at even though you are good at your hard skill, or you might have a great skill, but I always feel that you are rude because of the body posture. So I would have kept in I would have figured you in my mind as a rude fellow. So I would have there are chances of me rejecting you. So people ask you to maintain this body language so that you won't get that negative impression.
Yes, sir. Sure. Thank you, sir. That's all we have with the questions. And we thank you
Thank you
very
so much.
much for the wonderful session today, sir. It was truly captivating. And the participants have also thank you for the wonderful presentation and answering all the questions in a very good way.
Thank you, and be safe during this COVID times. Thanks from my side.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir. We thank all the participants for joining with us today. And I would like to announce about our upcoming webinar. Our upcoming webinar is on Basic Insights on Nanoscience and Technology by Mr. P. Bharanidharan, Assistant Professor, Department of Material Science, Central University of Tamil Nadu, Tiruvarur, scheduled on June 29 between 4 p.m. and 5 p.m. I request all the faculty and students to attend the webinars and get benefited. Meet you all the next session of our webinar series. The feedback link will be posted in the chat box. We request the participants to fill up the feedback form within 15 minutes of the session gets over. Fill up the feedback form with the correct email IDs to receive your e-certificates. I repeat once again, fill up the feedback form within 15 minutes after the session gets over. The feedback link will not be shared through email or WhatsApp. Kindly fill up the feedback form with the correct email IDs to receive your certificates. Announcement about our upcoming webinar. Our upcoming webinar is on Basic Insights on Nanoscience and Technology by Mr. P. Bharanidharan, Assistant Professor, Department of Material Science, Central University of Tamil Nadu, Tiruvarur, scheduled on June 29 between 4 p.m. and 5 p.m. The link for registration has also been posted in the chat box. Participants can register for the webinar using the link posted. Thank you. And kindly fill up the feedback form within 15 minutes after the session gets over.